Game of the Final Judgment, Awakening of the Neopening. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 51 Balrog Invasion. Zhao Yuan's physique attribute has reached 320 points, and with a level 3 sanctioned trench coat, the passive effect range has reached 90 meters. The 100-point physique bonus has greatly improved Zhao Yuan's combat power. Zhao Yuan has not encountered S-level skill players in the arena, and even after 76 consecutive victories, the enemies he encountered cannot threaten him, and his blood volume has never been higher. Below 90%. Zhao Yuan also saw unit reincarnation charms, guild supplies, wings, gems, goods in the competitive mall. It was already midnight, and the four returned to the inn, spent copper coins, bought a table of sumptuous meals, and paid for the foreign rooms at the same time. The four members of the team have all bought the 100 free attribute points of the First Order competitive mall, and their respective strengths have been greatly improved. Su Yuxin complained, "My mechanical tank skills are really consuming mana. Just summoning makes me almost empty, but the power and ammunition of mechanical tanks all need mana. Of course, you can also consume copper coins. If you form a team, with Yun Ying's magic halo, the lack of blue can be greatly improved." Zhong Wen also said, "Although there are experience points in arena victory, but the amount is too small, I'm still a little short, and I can reach level 15, tomorrow. Let's go to the level 20 dungeon to open up Wasteland. Not only can we get a lot of experience points, but we can also update our equipment after customs clearance. Our four top players don't even have a piece of blue equipment on them." Yun Ying's eating behavior was very gentle. "I heard some news on the way back. There are 5 major guilds in Qinghai town, and the strength is not much different. They are all third-level guilds. Among them, Yuxia and Huohu Guild are enemies who meet each other and are particularly jealous. In the early days, in order to grab booze, resources, and talents, many players died. As for the other 3 guilds, they seem to be very harmonious on the surface, and no one will take the initiative to provoke a guild war. Because of provoking a guild war, no matter who wins or loses, it will benefit several other guilds, and above the wilderness of Qinghai town, there is a terrifying existence hidden in the Magma Mountain range, which may attack Qinghai town at any time. So the 5 major guilds developed peacefully for a long time." Zhao Yuan nodded and said, "We have to be careful that after the 7-day protection period, we will encounter a guild war initiated by the 5 major guilds. There are too many factors that need to be considered in the battle between third-level guilds, but fighting a second-level guild of ours is definitely eager to try, and there is no risk at all. These guilds will definitely think so." Zhao Yuan finally said, "Tomorrow, according to the original plan, we will open up the 20-level dungeon, and update our equipment first. However, in this level 20 dungeon, the lowest level of equipment dropped is level 20, and we don't have enough level to wear it." In the end, the 4 returned to their own rooms, and Zhao Yuan chose to teleport to the guild residence. It was already midnight, and even the pale gold quality pterosaur cavalry would not go out of town to hunt easily. The attributes of wild beasts doubled, and the gains outweighed the losses. And the pterosaurs and the cavalry on their backs also need sleep and rest. "Master President," the barracks commander in silver armor respectfully said, "During this time, I spent 20 W guild supplies and reborn 500 units of pterosaur cavalry. Before the night came, I led the pterodactyl cavalry into the wild to hunt down beasts, and obtained a large number of beast corpses as food for the cavalry. At the same time, during the battle, most of the pterosaur cavalry were upgraded to level 6, and a few reached level 7. I found a goblin tribe 3 kilometers away from the guild station. I will lead all the pterosaur cavalry tomorrow morning to attack this goblin tribe and get a lot of guild supplies." Zhao Yuan, it seems that the attributes of the light gold quality troops are very high, but the cost is also extremely expensive. Only with 200,000 guild supplies, 500 pterosaurs were reborn. The battalion commander, "Yes, this pterosaur cavalry is a rare air cavalry, and can quickly fly dozens of kilometers." Thinking of this, the weapon reincarnation charm in the competitive mall is very cost-effective, and I have to play the arena tomorrow. The weapon reincarnation charm can directly breed a unit of arms. That is to say, the higher the quality of the arms, the greater the value of the weapon reincarnation charm. 7K. Chapter 52 Yun Ying in a large battle. When Kuan Yin from Novus Village number 401 entered Qinghai town, he also took the position of vice president of Milan Guild as a matter of course. There can be 3 vice presidents in total, and Wang Yu has also become the vice president of the Mountain Ghost organization. Level 30 Mage, Zhou Hang, the president of Milan Guild, said in the chat channel, "Everyone. The Balrog invades. This is a catastrophic wave of beasts. Only by working together can we kill the Balrog. The players present are already experienced and experienced players. We will not set up a commander, and everyone will bring their own men to defend the town. We adapt to the situation and match the skills reasonably, so it is very possible to defend the town." Li Sheng, the president of Linfen Guild, echoed, "I agree, our power is mixed, and there is no absolute king, so everyone is convinced. Then it's better for everyone to work on their own, directing their own subordinates, and defending the town is the most important thing." With the speeches of these 2 prominent guild leaders, everyone nodded in agreement. Subsequently, 7 different corps appeared on the scene, the 5 major guilds, town guards, scattered people and their small guilds. It is also an eternal truth that melee players stand in the front, and long-range output players hide in the rear. The chat channel has been closed, and the battlefield command channel is now open. The top 10 players in the battlefield points have the opportunity to speak. The battlefield scoreboard is open. Killing beasts will accumulate battlefield points. After the catastrophe event is over, the points will be exchanged for rewards. Boom boom boom. A terrifying 20-meter-high Balrog appeared in everyone's sight, and heat waves and black smoke visible to the naked eye rushed towards them. The Overlord-level ground vein buffalo that Zhao Yuan encountered was only 30 long and 7 meters high. But this Balrog is a full 20 meters tall. And it is different from the beast horde encountered in Novus Village, which is divided into 3 waves. In the real catastrophe event, how could the beasts spread their forces and let the players reduce the number of beasts little by little? The Balrog with wisdom must gather all the beasts and directly flatten Qinghai town in one wave. Therefore, as far as the eye can see, it can be called a vast black herd like a wave, squeezing and colliding with each other and rolling towards Qinghai town. And in the center of the beast tide, the 30th level overlord creature Balrog stood proudly. Layers of heat waves and black smoke pierced through the sky. Qinghai town has a 10-meter high bluestone city wall, catapults, giant crossbows, black oil. The means of defending the city are naturally fully prepared. The majestic blue wall is 10 meters high and 1 meter wide. A large number of players climbed onto the city wall, ready to welcome the Balrog invasion. The 4 of Zhao Yuan were in the area of individual players. The guards, all wearing white armor, were town guard NPCs. Even the guild players were equipped with patchwork equipment. Zhao Yuan looked into the distance. There are at least 100,000 beasts here, right? Most of them are level 25, and a few are level 30, Balrog quality, Overlord level. 30 strength, 2,500 constitution, 3,000 agility, 500 intelligence, 2,000 skills, high temperature, black cloud, volcanic eruption. Chapter 53 High temperature plus dark clouds. Soon, the 200,000 friendly troops all discovered the 3 halos on their bodies, and they were shocked and dumbfounded. FK. This is an S-level skill, right? It even covered 200,000 people. Isn't this the core of a large-scale battle? Zhou Hang, with this magic returning aura, my output can even be increased by more than 3 times. This is too cool. Can this aura-powered person poach my Charm Blue Guild? Kuan Yin, I'm afraid it's a bit difficult. This Halo ability user is still the second best. Please see below, Mr. Chairman. Zhou Hang flipped through the magic book in his hand, and thunderous beams of thunder slammed down, melting a large number of ferocious beasts while lamenting the strong effect of the halo on their bodies. Everyone found something was wrong, because no beasts climbed up the city wall. Everyone looked down, and there was a huge gap in the corner of the wall. A level 15 player was standing under the city wall with a blank expression on his face. Zhao Yuan glanced at the battlefield standings. Yunning is undoubtedly in the first place, which is normal. The more people participating in the battlefield, the more points Yunning can share, which is equivalent to 200,000 people work for her. Draw a knife and mock, Zhang. Zhao Yuan made a gesture of drawing his sword, and slashed out with a blade, forming an invisible aura. This aura spread for 1,800 meters, forcing all the beasts within the range to taunt at the same time. Zhao Yuan activates the active effect of Punishment Windbreaker. The Black Flame Windbreaker is applied to the body, and the monsters within 180 meters lose blood crazily. With Zhao Yuan as the center, a large number of monsters died, some were burned to death by black flames, and some were killed by anti-armor attacks. Battle information: actively open the sanction windbreaker, deduct 1% of the blood volume every second, double the range of the burning field, and double the damage. Inflict 2,653 points of burn damage to enemies within 180 meters per second, with an additional serious injury effect. Injury. Blood volume reduced by 486 points, triggering SSS level retaliation, causing 4,567 points of real damage. Zhao Yuan's battlefield points began to increase wildly, and few beasts could stay near him for a long time. When a long-range beast attacks Zhao Yuan, it will be directly pierced by real damage. The mayor of the city wall was stunned. Is this the strength that can be achieved at level 15? One person jumped into a sea of 100,000 beasts, and the blood volume has been capped above 80%. Is he in the burning domain? The damage of these black flames is too high, right? A level 25 elite monster was burned to death within 15 seconds by his side. What's even more outrageous is the long-range monster that attacked him, right? A round of long-range volley shot him back and killed him. Li Sheng, president of Lin Fen, said, 1,800 meters of forced ridicule, and the duration of the ridicule is as high as 30 seconds. This kid is a hedgehog, with a burning field outside and a terrifying anti-injury effect inside, but the monster has to get close to him again, because the 30-second taunt effect is too outrageous. Wang Hanxin, president of Yuxia, said to the vice president beside him, can this person be recruited as our member? He is really too powerful. He can be called the strongest human shield. The vice president replied, I just checked, he is a player with a guild. And yesterday on the bulletin board in Qinghai town, there was an extra guild named Jibing, which became a second-level player. This Zhao Yuan is the president of the Guild of Deceitful Soldiers. The guilds established in Qinghai town will be displayed on the bulletin board, and you can check the name of the guild leader and the level of the guild. However, the coordinates of the guild's location were randomly placed, and with a 7-day protection period, Zhao Yuan was not afraid of being forcibly provoked by other guilds. Wang Hanxin, so, this Zhao Yuan will not be inferior to others. He wants to develop new forces by himself. Chapter 54 SSS Level Vampiric Halo. Battle information: killing the target triggers the talent billion times proficiency, and the current acquisition multiplier is 15 times. Kill the beast, get 8,965 experience points, get 6,539 experience points, get experience points. The SSS level sanction windbreaker gains 1,885 skill proficiency points, 15 times. Gain skill proficiency. Zhao Yuan continued to gain experience points, proficiency, and battlefield points, but Yunning ranked first, and he was crushed by false Yunning just relying on a halo of blood recovery. The effect is several times greater than that of all the players present. What's more, Yunning has 2 other halo effects. Even Zhao Yuan couldn't catch up with Yunning in a short time. Because the level of the SSS level sanctions coat was too low to burn enemies in a large area. Draw a knife and mock. Zhao Yuan drew his sword again, gained the charge effect, instantly killed all the monsters he collided with, and pulled the Balrog into a taunting state. Zhao Yuan was instantly stared at by the Balrog. 3 pairs of demonic pupils looked at Zhao Yuan, and a large amount of black smoke was sprayed out from the pores, covering the area where Zhao Yuan was. High temperature. The Balrog spit out an exaggerated pillar of flame, directly enveloped Zhao Yuan, and ignited the nearby black smoke. Boom boom boom. Zhao Yuan's health bar was reduced to 70%, and he immediately turned off the active effect of the sanction windbreaker, relying on the madman skill to recover blood at the same time. The active special effects of the white magic weapon are turned on, and together with Yunning's blood recovery aura, the blood volume continues to rise on the Balrog's side. Not only failed to kill Zhao Yuan, but a large number of cracks appeared on his demon-like body. As if there were broken marks on the surface of the ceramic, Balrog's health bar decreased by 1/10. Battle information: suffered damage from black cloud and high temperature skills, reduced blood volume by 36,251 points, triggered SSS level anti-armor, caused 26,853 points of real damage, caused 32,551 points of real damage. Since the Balrog's skill combination attack has multiple damages, the anti-armor has also been triggered many times, and directly counter-injured 1/10 of the Balrog's HP. The players on the city wall were completely shocked again, one-on-one with the herd of beasts, beating up the Balrog? The blood bar of the cataclysmic boss has been reduced by 1/10. Isn't this cheating? Isn't it cheating so abnormal at level 15? I see. Could it be that Zhao Yuan's anti-injury effect is judged according to the attacking party's damage attributes? Some players speculated. The Balrog's blood bar is very thick, but its attack is also extremely terrifying. Only in this way can we explain why Zhao Yuan was able to knock out 1/10 of the blood volume of Boo's. Zhou Hang said, "This distance is too far. The skills to heal the player are simply out of reach, and he can only rely on himself." Quan Yun, there are also 3 halo effects that can assist Zhao Yuan. The range of these 3 halos has exceeded 4,000 meters, but it's not enough to watch. After all, we are facing the Balrog. Li Sheng, president of Lin Fen, said in the Wartime channel, "Everyone is also doing their best, and at least they can help this kid relieve a little burden. Zhong Wen's summons cannot be too far away from him. His bone buffalo cannot support Zhao Yuan, so he can only control the bone buffalo to frantically kill nearby fierce beasts." The mayor looked at the Balrog in the distance and ordered, "Aim all the heavy equipment at the Balrog and hit me." The town guards controlled giant crossbows and trebuchets to support Zhao Yuan, and only the range of such heavy equipment could exceed the range of 1,000 meters. But the damage suffered by these boulders and giant crossbow bolts to the Balrog is not worth mentioning, and the blood bar does not even move. After some comparison, everyone once again realized the horror of Zhao Yuan's level anti-armor. Boom. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 55 Volcanic Eruption. It means that the terrain is not conducive to my skills. Otherwise, I would directly drive the tank and drive you around Zhao Yuan. Zhao Yuan, who has the blood-sucking attribute, can rely on terrifying real damage to counter armor and instantly restore full health. It can even kill the Balrog with full blood, but this broken boss can't run away. Yu Ning looked around. Zhao Yuan doesn't need our support. He and Zhong Wen should be enough to deal with the Balrog, but after this catastrophe event is over, we may not be so easy. Huh? Su Yuxin was keenly aware of something. "You mean other forces in Qinghai town?" Yu Ning said in the team chat. "For the first time, the strength of our 4-person team was exposed to the forces of Qinghai town. The key point is that Zhao Yuan has also established his own guild. For the 5 major guilds, if you can get it, you might as well snatch it away." Su Yuxin, you mean that if the 5 major guilds can't recruit us, they may become jealous and greedy, and if they want to kill us, they can inherit our SSS skills. Human nature is inherently despicable, and it can't be more normal, Yu Ning said relaxedly. "If it were you, there would be a way to obtain SSS level skills in front of you. Don't you want to fight? From then on, you will become prosperous," Zhao Yuan said in the team chat. "Just let them come. We are not afraid of strong enemies. Besides, what our new guild lacks most is guild materials. It is said that winning the guild battle can plunder all the resources and units of the opponent." Su Yuxin suddenly realized, "No wonder Zhao Yuan, you are so arrogant to show your strength. Are you actively fishing? What fish to catch?" Zhao Yuan responded, "Strength is the foundation of all morality. Although our level is too low, we still have a great chance of winning against these guilds." Boom. As soon as Zhao Yuan finished speaking, he was blown away by the Balrog, like a fired shell, directly embedded in the bluestone city wall. The durability of the city wall has obviously dropped. Su Yuxin, then what? Zhao Yuan, don't be distracted when you play booze. You are inlaid on the city wall after being beaten by the Balrog. Pooh. Zhao Yuan crawled out from the hole, his mouth full of dust. "This Balrog is frightened by the back injury. Throw me out of the battlefield, otherwise it will be in danger." "Zhong Wen, I'll go. Brother, come and save me. I'm a little panicked by myself." Zhong Wen was wrapped in layers of bone fragments and became the heart of the bone demon. Originally, the attributes of the bone buffalo were extremely powerful, plus his own attributes and the effect of the SS level bone demon possessing skills. Now the bone demon can already wrestle with a Balrog. Bone demon, fusion, quality, overlord level. 30 power. 1500 constitution. 1500 agility. 1200 intelligence. 1200 skills, earth crack, random attack, blood sucking. Among the 3 skills of the bone demon, Zhong Wen can choose from the bone unit at will, and he chose the life-saving skill of blood-sucking. The people on the city wall seemed to be watching the gods fighting, and the skeleton and bone demon surrounded by purple flames stabbed their hands crazily. It plunged deeply into the flesh and blood of the Balrog, but the arm of the bone demon was melted by the high temperature. And the blood in the Balrog's body seemed to be flowing magma. Then the Balrog grabbed the skeleton's body with all his strength, tore it with all his strength, and pulled off the skeleton's arm completely, and was about to step on the skeleton's head with his feet. Zhao Yuan quickly drew his sword to taunt, and rescued Zhong Wen. The two resisted each other's damage from the Balrog, and then mainly relied on the SSS-level anti-armor to attack the damage. Chapter 56 Reward Settlement. Volcanic eruption belongs to the bombing skill of the whole map, which has multi-level damage, which means that as long as Zhao Yuan does not die, he can retaliate against a Balrog many times. An empty half of the blood bar. Boom, the scene was completely reduced to crimson, a large number of craters emerged, and Balrog's volcanic eruption ability ended. Zhao Yuan activated the active effect of the lunatic in time, and after recovering to full health, he was still knocked down to only 30%. Battle information: suffering from volcanic eruption skill damage, blood volume reduced by 36,255 points, trigger SSS level anti-injury, causing 96,523 points of real damage, trigger SSS level anti-injury. Trigger, 7k, use the skill Madman, all injuries will be recovered, but the Balrog was pierced by hundreds of real injuries, half of the blood bar was not enough to see, and he died on the spot. Zhao Yuan and Zhong Wen were also upgraded on the spot, to level 16. As for the city wall of Qinghai town, a large number of depressions were smashed by the meteorite, and it was almost half destroyed. No accidents. The tasks that players can receive in the next few months are all to raise materials for repairing the city wall. And hundreds of people died above the city wall. They were bombarded by map bombs like volcanic eruptions, and the crispy skin died on the spot, and there was no blood at all. There are also tens of thousands of people who were seriously injured, and those who lost their hands and feet or nothing. The internal organs of some players were contaminated with magma, and they were corroded badly. It was almost scalded through the body by the splash magma. A whale filled the city wall, fortunately. Yunning's blood recovery aura is strong enough to save you even if your organs are damaged or you lose your limbs, but this pain, I can only bear it myself. Milan President Zhou Hang hurriedly stood up, looked down, and found that a meteorite formed by the volcanic eruption caused indiscriminate damage. A large number of beasts were crushed by the meteorite, leaving only a small number of beasts. These two monsters survived the Balrog's volcanic eruption skills head-on, and killed the Balrog by retaliation. Quan Yin, because Zhao Yuan ridiculed Booze, the number of meteorites we suffered here is the least and the most scattered. Otherwise, the number of dead people would not be hundreds, but tens of thousands, and Yunning's halo, without her blood halo, most of the crispy skin would be instantly killed, and there would be no chance of healing. At the same time, it is also because of Yunning's blood recovery aura that these seriously injured players can recover slowly. Otherwise, in the case of broken limbs and internal organs melting, they will die after a few minutes, and the general healing skills can't add blood. Zhou Hang smiled and said, it's also thanks to Zhao Yuan's team, otherwise I would have to use the troop adjusting tiger charm prop to teleport the 70,000 blue troops and guild general NPC from our guild. This is so much better than a monkey spirit. The other 4 guilds don't need to use the tiger talisman. Whoever uses it will suffer heavy casualties from the eruption of the Balrog's volcano. Quan Yin, these old foxes. Zhou Hang, Quan Yin, ahem, the president is far-sighted, and the other 4 presidents are old foxes. The players who are still able to move continue to attack the monsters below. Although the meteorites formed by the volcanic eruption killed most of the beasts, there were still some remaining. Li Sheng, the president of Lin Fen, said, fortunately, I didn't use the tiger talisman, otherwise my 80,000 blue troops of the guild would have been wiped out by the regiment. Also, isn't this a bit too simple? After all, he was a Balrog, so he was killed just like that? It's only been a few hours? I originally thought about fighting until the night. Vice President, boss, this Zhao Yuan's anti-armor must be judged according to the damage attribute of the attacker, that is, the attack of the Balrog, and the anti-armor of the Balrog itself. Otherwise, how many lives will it take to pile up these millions of blood? It's not that the Balrog is too weak, but that Zhao Yuan is too terrifying. 90% of Boo's blood volume was destroyed by his anti-armor. Li Sheng rubbed his chin and said, This is a bit interesting. Once the Balrog dies, it will be very difficult for Kingayan Town to have catastrophic events for a long time. Our 5 major guilds are all ambitious, especially Huhu and Yuksha. I don't believe that they don't fight guild wars. Chapter 57 Crazy Explosion. The 3 pieces of blue equipment are level 15 breastplate, belt, and one-handed shield. Lava breastplate quality, blue wearing requirements, LV 15 attributes, physical defense plus 200, magic defense plus 100, life value plus 1000. Lava belt quality, blue wearing requirements, LV 15 attributes, health plus 5000, resistance plus 50. Lava shield quality, blue wearing requirements, LV 15 attributes, attacks blocked by shields, physical defense plus 300, magic defense plus 300. When damage is judged, Zhao Yuan took off the 3 pieces of green equipment on his body and replaced them with these 3 pieces of blue equipment, which significantly increased his own attributes in the Doomsday Game. The shield has a lot of defensive attributes attached, but the attack must be blocked with a shield before it will be counted in the damage determination when the attack is on the player. The defense value of the shield will not take effect, so the use of the shield in the hand of the shield defense player has become a measure of its own hardness. 7. Of course, melee players often choose the loopholes of the shield to defend against the enemy, to attack, bypass the shield, and directly attack the enemy's body, which can cause a lot of damage. The other 3 members of the team also receive their own rewards, but the 2 options of guild materials and troop deployment tiger charms are exclusive to the leader player. As the number 1 in the standings, Yu Ning obtained 5 pieces of blue equipment, a large number of gems, attribute points, and copper coins, and her strength sword again. When Zhao Yuan and Zhong Wen returned to Kingayan Town, Zhou Heng walked up to Zhao Yuan and talked, "Thanks to your team, otherwise the number of players who died in the eruption of the volcano would be far more than a few hundred, at least 10,000. Zhao Yuan, my little ability is nothing more than a clown. If the 5 major guilds use the Tiger Talisman, they can call in more than 100,000 blue troops. It is not difficult to kill this Balrog, Zhou Heng. Since you have established a guild yourself, you will not be easily inferior to others. If you add a friend, you may have to fight together in the future." Zhao Yuan and the presidents of the 5 guilds have all added friends. At this time, only 5 hours have passed since the start of the catastrophe event. However, what no one noticed was that in the Balrog's body, a strange red crystal-like heart was still beating, and was finally taken away by a strange bird with the face of an old man. Yu Ning did not post the SSS level blood-sucking halo skill attribute map in the group chat. She sent it to Zhao Yuan alone. Zhao Yuan understands, although Su Yuxin doesn't seem to have a plan, but Yu Ning is a suspicious person, and it's fine to post SS level skills in the group chat, because Su Yuxin also has SS level skills. But Yu Ning's SSS level blood-sucking aura is heaven-defying, so it's always better to be cautious. Blood-sucking aura LV5, SSS, covering a range of 700 meters, adding 1.5% blood-sucking attribute to friendly units. What is the core of blood-sucking flow? Naturally, it was an instant horror outbreak, and then he recovered from his injuries by sucking blood. In this way, a perpetual motion machine is formed, which is self-sufficient and has high damage. Zhao Yuan's SSS level anti-armor is in the face of terrifying creatures like the Balrog. A real damage retaliation can deal more than 90,000 damage. Even a 5% lifesteal is extremely exaggerated. When the level of this blood-sucking halo increases, Zhao Yuan can even kill boos with full blood. Zhao Yuan said, "You guys go out on your own first, I'll go to the guild's resident, and then we'll open up a level 20 dungeon." Zhao Yuan chose to teleport to the guild building, while the other 3 teammates chose to play in the arena. There are still many products in the arena that make them covetous. There was only the butler in the guild resident, and the battalion commander led 1,500 units of pterosaur cavalry to attack a goblin tribe by air over a distance of 3 kilometers. Chapter 58 Level 20 Dungeon. The role of guild funds is to maintain guild missions and guild malls, and they will not be used for the time being. After everything was settled, Zhao Yuan left the guild and teleported back to Kingayan Town, gather teammates and open up level 20 dungeons. Charm Blue Guild residents Zhou Heng sat in the room of the main hall. Outside the guild building, there were 70,000 blue-quality griffin beasts, with an average level of 23. Guild members who come and go receive tasks in the guild resident, or purchase exclusive props in the guild store. Kuan Yin said, "President, I have sent people to investigate the Magma Mountain range. Once the Balrog dies, this area is no longer a forbidden area, and even becomes a popular level training area at level 30. Zhou, once the foreign enemy is dead, our plan can proceed. Kuan Yin, plan? What plan? Is the guild leader going to start a guild war? To promote the guild to the 4th level, Zhou smiled and said, guild battle? Not yet, wait a little longer. However, you are right. If you want to upgrade to a 4th level guild, it will be too difficult to rely on time alone. Directly attacking other guilds and plundering resources can save more than half a year of progress. Then, Zhou received an email with an unknown coordinate, lava mountains. After the Balrog was killed, it became a level 30 area with an acceptable level of danger. A huge active volcano fell into silence. A strange bird with the face of an old man came over the active volcano and threw a strange red crystal into the active volcano. The 4 of Zhao Yuan assembled and walked towards the mayor's mansion. After passing through the heavy guards, Zhao Yuan met the mayor. Mayor, we are here to open the level 20 dungeon. The mayor was middle-aged and dressed in complicated clothes, so he recognized Zhao Yuan, who killed the Balrog at first sight. Are there only 4 of you? The maximum number of people in this level 20 dungeon is 25, but with your strength, 4 people are enough. The mayor continued, we, Qinghai Town, have experienced many years of accidents, defeating disasters one after another. However, the souls of these dead beasts entrenched above Qinghai Town, lingering forever, and finally formed this level 20 dungeon. Zhao Yuan, oh? Can these dead souls be resurrected? Mayor, as time goes by, it seems that these dead souls will really be resurrected, but every time their dead souls are killed, the speed of this resurrection will slow down. The mission Defeat the Souls has been received, and the successful mission rewards a lot of experience points and the key to the secret realm. This mayor's mansion was also carefully built when it was first built. It just happened to be suppressed above the realm of the dead. The mayor pointed to his backyard. Go to the very end, open the underground passage, and you can enter it. The 4 of Zhao Yuan walked to the entrance of the secret passage and saw a teleportation point. 3 seconds later, the 4 of them entered a frigid area covered in ice crystals. Su Yuxin took out a mechanical device and placed it on the ground. After a short deformation, a mechanical tank with a sci-fi style appeared in front of everyone. The ground and the top of the head are full of ice crystals, and it is easy to slip and fall. This should be the added difficulty of the terrain. And what is the key to the secret realm that the mayor just said? Yunning climbed onto the mechanical tank, sat in the cockpit and said, I checked, it should be the key to the pet mystery. Obtain the key, and you can open a secret realm for catching pets. The higher the quality of the key, the rarer the pets that will appear in the secret realm after opening. Now that Zhong Wen has the fusion skill, he is no longer afraid of being approached by monsters, and he no longer enters the tank. Immediately sit on top of the mech tank with Zhao Yuan. Zhong Wen said leisurely, the tracks of this tank can completely adapt to the ice terrain. While speaking, Su Yuxin's fixed turret was placed above the tank, and there was only a special platform on the top of the tank to place the turret. The other 2 mechanical floaters were suspended in midair, and had already flown a long distance to check the scene ahead. After experiencing the Balrog World War I, Zhao Yuan's attribute panel is as follows. Name, Zhao Yuan level, LV16, 50% 100%. Chapter 59 Cruel Guild Battle. But a layer of frost appeared on Zhao Yuan's arm, and he felt his arm was stiff. Battle information, suffering from the effect of frost skills, freezing value +1, and freezing value reaching 100, will fall into a frozen state for 2 seconds, during which time no action can be taken. Zhao Yuan said in the team chat, this frost skill is very strong. Every ice crystal spider approaching me can add 1 point of freezing value to me. If 100 ice crystal spiders approach, I will be frozen on the spot. 7 And there are tens of thousands of ice crystal spiders here. It is very likely that the player will be frozen to live death, and they will not even be able to resist. Zhong Wen, however, for you, it doesn't matter whether you are in a frozen state or not. Your anti-armor and sanctions windbreaker will kill monsters crazily. Zhao Yuan responded, indeed, for me, it is meaningless to be in a frozen state, but ordinary players will definitely die if they enter here, and they can't even escape. I can only watch myself being eaten bit by bit, feel the unspeakable pain, and die in despair. Battle information, when attacked, the blood volume is reduced by 463 points, triggering SSS level anti-armor, causing 6,639 points of real damage. The SSS level sanction windbreaker has been activated, deducting 1% of its own blood volume per second, and causing 4,652 points of burning damage to enemy units within 800 meters per second, with a serious injury effect. Battle information. The freezing value reaches 100, and you will be in a frozen state for 2 seconds. Zhao Yuan fell into a state of endless freezing, constantly being superimposed with freezing values, and the icicles from high in the sky would fall from time to time, causing a lot of damage and directly triggering the freezing effect for 2 seconds. However, Zhao Yuan's own blood volume has been maintained at 99% only by relying on the group burning of the sanctions windbreaker and the 1.5% blood sucking provided by Yunning's vampiric aura. With Zhao Yuan as the center, the blood bars of the ice crystal spiders within 800 meters dropped crazily. In less than 10 seconds, they were all burned to death by the black flame, and more ice crystal spiders filled the vacancy and surrounded Zhao Yuan's Zhong Wen. Zhao Yuan's sanction windbreaker is simply a magical skill for brushing dungeons. After upgrading to level 25 in the Balrog battle, the passive effect will have a range of 400 meters, the black flame burns 800 meters after active activation, and the efficiency of clearing monsters is more terrifying than that of mages. Zhong Wen naturally summoned his own bone buffalo to join the battle, and the SS level bone demon possessed a limited time. It can be possessed for 30 minutes, but the skill cooldown is 50 minutes, which means there is a gap of 20 minutes after the SS level bone devil's possession level is increased. This gap should be reduced a lot with the upgraded aura of returning magic. Zhong Wen and Su Yuxin unleashed their firepower crazily, and hundreds of deaths of ice crystal spiders became their respective experience points, and proficiency duplicate creatures will not drop items, and all proceeds will be gathered in the dungeon gift box obtained after customs clearance. Qinghai Town President Yuxi held a black and gold token in his hand, with the word conquest engraved on the surface. Wang Hansheng has 30,000 guild members under his seat, and 80,000 units of Blue Arms Flame Archers are in the periphery. Go to the FG Huahu Guild. Let the word Huahu completely disappear in Qinghai Town today. Wang Hansheng roared and used the Conquest Order, which is a special prop to provoke guild wars. After using the Conquest Order, the opponent cannot refuse the guild battle, but can only choose to fight. The system will create a random terrain space, and relocate the 2 guild buildings to the random space. There is a core crystal in the guild building, and if one party smashes the crystal of the other party, it will be judged as the victory of the guild war. Chapter 60 Huahu Association, Forced Dissolution. Yunning, it seems that our skills have been formed, and elite creatures at level 20 pose no threat to us. It's just more or less time consuming. Su Yuxin drove the mechanical tank on a rampage and said, the difficulty of this kind of ice crystal spider lies in its frozen state. It can freeze people alive to death, and they cannot resist. Coupled with the restrictions of the severe cold terrain, it is really easy for ordinary players to die here. That means we are riding a mechanical tank. Otherwise, let alone running on the smooth ice crystal ground, if the speed is a little faster, we will slip and fall, let alone fighting with fierce beasts. Zhao Yuan is still being frozen infinitely, and if he finally unfreezes, he will be hit by the icicles above his head. However, with the effect of the blood-sucking halo, Zhao Yuan still maintained 99% of his blood volume, and his own experience value increased wildly after fighting fiercely for 3 hours, finally killed all the beasts in the ice cave. Zhao Yuan's semi-digital body trembled uncontrollably. For the next 2 hours, he rode in the tank, opened the sanctions windbreaker, and burned the ice crystal spiders within 800 meters outside. Zhao Yuan roughly estimated that there are at least 50,000 ice crystal spiders in this batch. Battle information: kill the target, trigger the talent billion times proficiency, the current acquisition multiplier is 17 times, kill the target, get 6,352 experience points, get 4,522 experience points, use skills to kill ferocious beasts, and get a total of 4W skill proficiency, 17 times. SSS level anti-armor increased by 1 level, SSS level sword drawing taunt increased by 1 level, SSS level lunatic increased by 3 levels, and SSS level sanction windbreaker increased by 5 levels. After killing the Balrog, Zhao Yuan's level has reached 50% of level 16, and now it has reached 96%. Continuing further down, he will soon be able to upgrade to level 17. This is entirely because of the effect of the sanction windbreaker, which gave Zhao Yuan an 800-meter burning field, and Yunning and Su Yuxin also successfully upgraded to level 16. gaining an increase in attribute points. All four of them were riding in the mechanical tank, which seemed a little crowded. Yuxin, the journey of this dungeon is extremely long, but we have mechanical tanks. The average player team may need to walk for 2 hours, but we can get there in a few tens of minutes. Yuning ate the snacks bought in the system mall. This tank actually has a function of keeping warm inside. It is very cold outside, but the inside is at normal temperature. Are these ice crystal spiders the souls of the catastrophe that Qinghai town suffered in the severe cold weather, return into a monster, and finally become a copy? Zhao Yuan, the weather system in the Doomsday Game is closer to reality. In severe cold weather, players will gradually be frozen. In hurricane weather, most long-range attacks will be deflected. In windy and sandy weather, the line of sight will be blocked, and a small amount of blood will be deducted at the same time. Under normal circumstances, the weather has little effect, but in large-scale battles such as guild wars and national wars, the impact is extremely far-reaching. Zhong Wen touched his chest and said, I went to the forum to check the strategies for level 20 dungeons. There are many teams in Qinghai town who have conquered this dungeon, so the process is clear. There are 4 stages in total, and we haven't even passed the first stage. However, the level 30 copy of a Qinghai town is still in a state of no one clearing the level. The difficulty is too high. Only 30 people are allowed to enter. The lowest level is 30 creatures, and the monster level will increase as it goes on. Chapter 61. The end of the first stage. Vice President, so we have the absolute upper hand now, and the other 3 guilds have to look at our faces. Wang Hansheng, now those 3 companies will definitely start a war with each other, or form an alliance, otherwise they will not be our opponents. Let's wait and see. The chance of this battle order being dropped is too low. Wang Hansheng directly smashed all the guild supplies into the arms reincarnation pool, and now he has 2 types of arms, one for melee combat and one for long range. In the end, Wang Hansheng was reincarnated with 80,000 flame archers and 50,000 colorful tigers. The reincarnation of the colorful tigers required less materials than the flame archers. Now the Yuxia guild has 120,000 flame archers and 50,000 colorful tigers, but the average level is low. The Zhao Yuan team in the copy also saw this regional announcement. 7KXU Yuxin said in surprise, how long has it been? It's been a very exciting day, isn't it? 5 hours in the morning, the flame demon invaded, and in the afternoon, a Huahu guild was forcibly disbanded. Why do I feel that our guild's 7-day protection period is not enough? Yuning was not too surprised. When the foreign enemy dies, civil unrest will naturally start, and the 5 major guilds want to defeat each other, and then steal all the guild materials and arms. But it's really too fast. Are you prepared? These people are really reluctant to let their guild units suffer when they fight the flame demon. Zhong Wen, so what does Yasha look like now? Guild battles, like cataclysm events, will open the battlefield rankings, and players on the winning side can finally exchange their points for rewards. The Yuxia guild has been greatly improved whether it is a player or a guild unit. Zhao Yuan leaned back on the seat and responded, old balances are broken, and new balances are established. Now Huahu is forcibly disbanded, and the Yuxia family is the dominant one. The remaining 3 can either choose to form an alliance or start a guild war again to create a force that can compete with Yuxia. But we are still in the protection period of the new guild. It is absolutely safe, so let them mess around. No matter which side is left in the end, our guild will defeat it and concentrate all the supplies in our hands. Maybe it will soon reach the 5th level guild. Zhong Wen, we feel a little overwhelmed. Although we have arms of like gold quality, the development time is too short and it is difficult to form a scale. During the conversation, everyone suddenly felt that the gravity was out of control for a moment, and the weight of the mechanical tank was too heavy, crushing a layer of ice. The tank entered an icy downhill section and slid rapidly. The 4 fell into the tank and finally stopped abruptly. It was Zhong Wen who summoned Begu Shenki and used brute force to forcibly stop the tank. I'm going. This tank has no seat belt. Bad review? Zhong Wen felt that his mind was about to faint. Su Yuxin controlled the machine to float, looked forward to the screen, and saw a larger ice crystal spider. It should be the end of the first stage. The higher the monster's level and quality, the more experience points we will get. The wave of ice crystal spiders just now raised my SS-level mechanical tanks by 3 levels. Zhao Yuan opened the hood, the biting cold wind howled, and he shuddered. The lower the player's level, the worse the resistance to severe cold. Players at about level 35 can be immune to this level of severe cold. Don't go out at all. Just turn on the sanctioning windbreaker in the tank, and kill the monsters in the same way. Ice Crystal Spider Quality, Lord Level, LV23 Strength. 1100 Constitution. 1100. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 62 The Hand Behind the Scenes. In Kingayan Town under the dark night, the lights are dim. Some people are happy and some are sad. The announcement of the forced disbandment of the Hu Guild completely ignited the beginning of the civil war. In an inn-room, Liu Qingjin and Wang Xian met. Both of them were not low in level, and their equipment was very good, even exaggerated. They are all blue equipment that fit their own skill types. One signed a system agreement with a pretty country, and the other signed a slave treaty with a cherry blossom country. Liu Qingjin took the initiative to say, Tuaz Hun didn't ask me to assassinate when the Balrog invaded, but asked me to lie dormant all the time. At first I couldn't figure out what I was waiting for, but now I may have some ideas. Wang Xian looked at this person who had gone on the road of no return like himself, and responded, you mean the Hu Guild lost and was forcibly disbanded? That's right, Liu Qingjin said firmly. I'm pretty familiar with Tuaz. He is a cunning guy through and through. I guess Tuo really wants to borrow the knife from the 5 major guilds, and finally kill the 4 of Zhao Yuan. Wang Xian was a little puzzled and said, how did Tuo really conclude that there would be civil strife in Kingayan Town? Could it be that Takamai and Abd are secretly promoting the civil war among the 5 major guilds? Liu Qingjin suddenly realized, there must be more than 2 of us who have signed system agreements with other countries, and these people have mixed into the 5 major guilds. Could it be that the long-standing hatred between Hu and Yuxia Guild was promoted by Tuaz Han inside? Tuaz Han put on the skin of the Hu Guild and killed the players in Yuxia, and finally formed an unstoppable hatred. Wang Xian said with a smile, no matter who is left by the 5 major guilds, their strength will expand wildly in the end, and after their strength soars, they will want to snatch Zhao Yuan's SSS. Level skills. Human greed knows no bounds. Only in this way will it be possible to kill Zhao Yuan, who has already formed, and there are also killers from the beautiful country and the Sakura country. Liu Qingjin sighed. It's really a good move. Zhao Yuan will definitely die this time. 7. The only variable is how big Zhao Yuan's guild can grow during the 7-day protection period. Wang Xian walked towards the door of the inn, ready to return to his room, and finally said, it's only been 7 days, and it took the 5 major guilds several years to be promoted to the 3rd level guild, accumulating the wealth of the current family. What is 7 days enough for? Milan President Zhou Hang and Lin Fen President Li Sheng sent private messages. Is this coordinate information true? Li Sheng, of course it is true. I have sent assassins with stealth skills to investigate. This assassin's stealth skill level is very high, but he is cautious enough to not approach rashly, but just glance at it from a long distance. I can see a large number of Shenkai troops leaving the guild building and hunting fierce beasts. This Shenkai unit is exclusive to the Shengui Guild, so the information is true. Still cautious, Zhou Hang replied. Is the person who gave you the coordinate information reliable? Li Sheng, what? Are you worried it's a trap? I sent this person into the Mountain Ghost Guild with my own hands. He has been in the Mountain Ghost Guild for nearly 6 months and is absolutely reliable. Besides, the coordinates of the guild have been exposed. Regardless of whether he is a trap, our 2 families are tied together. Are you afraid that he is a trap? Kill them all, Zhou Hang. Indeed, the coordinates of the guild are an absolute secret, and it is impossible to use coordinates to set up traps. If you want to make a move, choose to sneak attack in the early morning. Chapter 63 Mountain Ghost Guild, Self-Dissolving. Zhao Yuan is wearing a black flame windbreaker, which has reached the 1000-meter serious injury and burning field after upgrading, and is equipped with Yuning's blood-sucking aura. Even with 10 times more Goatman, Zhao Yuan could still maintain 99% of his blood volume. Sanction Windbreaker plus Blood-Sucking Halo. It can be called a magical skill to brush monster waves. Several Lord-level Goatmen used their chasing skills, landed on all fours, and rushed to Zhao Yuan in an instant. Tried to broke Zhao Yuan's neck directly, smashed Zhao Yuan's skull, and pinched Zhao Yuan's limbs with terrifying force, but it didn't help. Zhao Yuan didn't even feel any pain at all. On the contrary, the Goatmen within 1000 meters were covered with a few balls of black flames that looked light, and their blood volume dropped visible to the naked eye. Battle information, turn on the sanction windbreaker, causing 7,655 points of serious injury and burning damage to enemy units within a range of 1,000 meters per second. 191 blood points, 183 blood points, 199 blood points. The dense blood-sucking value appeared in the battle information. Even if Zhao Yuan fell into residual blood, he could instantly recharge it when there were thousands of beasts nearby. Zhong Wen turned on the SS-level Bone Demon and entered the battlefield, as if playing a game of mowing grass. Only the Lord-level Goatman can resist 2 attacks. All the members of Milan and Linfen guilds, a total of 60,000 people, ran in the middle of the night. They also encountered many monsters along the way, but they were all quickly dealt with. Finally, when the sky was getting blue, I found the Shangui Guild's residence. Zhou Hang and Li Sheng respectively used the Tiger Talisman to transfer 70,000 blue griffins and 80,000 stinging hornets to the scene. A total of 60,000 players, plus 150,000 blue troops, launched a surprise attack when the troops of the Mountain Ghost Guild were sleeping and resting. This is a war without systemic mechanism protection, and it is a battlefield where real deaths will occur. Since it was early in the morning, there were only 80,000 Shanki units in the Shangui Guild, and a few guild generals. Most of the players are resting in the inn. How can they stop the 210,000 troops? Under the leadership of Zhou Hang and Li Sheng, 2 first-class powerhouses, they smashed down the city wall of the Mountain Ghost Guild. In just 15 minutes, all 80,000 Shanki were killed. By the time the leader of the Mountain Ghost Guild reacted and summoned the guild members to teleport to the guild station for defense, it was too late. This blitz caused the Mountain Ghost Guild to lose its bargaining chip. Zhou Hang's body was covered with blue lightning. Shuji, you have already lost. If you continue to resist, then your teammate will really die, or you can disband the Mountain Ghost Guild by yourself and give up resistance, then you and your teammates can still live. Shuji, the president of Shangui, looked at the corpses of Shanki all over the floor. These were his painstaking efforts over the past few years. I didn't expect the 2 of you to join forces. Do you 2 want to share the resources equally? The spoils are not evenly divided. Aren't you also enemies fighting each other? Shuji asked rhetorically. Li Sheng said with a smile, this is not something you should worry about. The big river will go east, and the waves will be exhausted. You have already fallen out of the competition stage. Choose quickly. I don't mind killing you all, and then get the equipment, copper coins, and experience points on your body. But after all, I'm the same kind, and I'm not that cruel. Shuji looked sideways at the members behind him. Most of them feared death and had teleported away. The rest were his confidants. Have you planted an eyeliner in my guild? That's when you learn the coordinates of my guild's residence. Chapter 64. The third stage. Zhao Yuan's team cleared the second stage of the dungeon, and after a certain distance, the third stage will start. The 4 of them rode on the mechanical tank, and their traveling speed increased by more than 6 times. The battle mounts were very precious items. Most of them are non-combat mounts, and once they enter the combat state, they have to dismount immediately. 7K Yun Ning said, my blood-sucking aura has been upgraded to level 21, which can add 4% of the blood-sucking attribute. I guess after reaching level 100, it can get 20% of the blood-sucking attribute nearby, which is already very scary. Yun Ning, as the vice president of the guild, can also check the development process of the guild. She clicked on the guild log. Pterosaur cavalry troops go out to hunt beasts. Average level plus 0.4, food plus 900 units. Discover the level 10 ape cave. The battalion commander led 3,915 units of pterosaur cavalry to destroy the level 10 monkey cave. Destroy 45 units of pterodactyl cavalry. Get 300,000 guild materials and 50,000 guild experience. Consume guild materials 30W. Reincarnation pool output plus 750. Warn. The catastrophe event is triggered. The storm is coming, the guild is in the protection period, and the catastrophe event has ended. The current number of arms is 4,620 units, with an average level of 7. Yun Ning was surprised. Our guild has developed too fast? How long has it been? We didn't even participate, and we developed 4,620 units of pterosaur cavalry. Zhao Yuan explained, the reason is very simple. The light gold quality is a level beyond the overlord level, and the pterosaur cavalry is still a rare air unit. Finding and encountering the forces of ferocious beasts, you can easily complete the occupation with very little battle damage. and the general blue and purple troops will suffer a lot of casualties in the process of occupying the forces of beasts. In the end, the gains will outweigh the losses. The guild materials obtained by occupying forces can't even make up for the dead arms, combined with the general NPC of purple quality. When the protection period ends, at least 40,000 units of pterosaur cavalry can be reincarnated, Zhong Wen added. This is the least of the cases. As long as we end a dungeon early and greatly strengthen our combat power, we can join the guild's troops, destroy the beast forces in the wilderness together, so that the accumulation of guild materials will be faster. The 4 of them have passed the second stage, and their own skills have gained a lot of proficiency and their level has been improved. The skill level of Su Yuxin's SS-class mechanical tank has increased, the steel plate armor of the tank has become harder, and the firepower has become stronger. After plundering the Mountain Ghost Guild, Zhou Hang and Li Xing obtained a total of millions of guild materials, but they did not share them equally, but gave them all to Zhou Hang. Because Zhou Hang's griffin is more powerful and can even be used as a mount for players in battle. Zhou Hang threw all the guild materials he got into the unit reincarnation pool, and 90,000 level 1 blue griffins were produced from it. Zhou Hang said to Li Xing, during the blitzkrieg against the Mountain Ghost Guild, the griffin lost 20,000 units, and your stinger hornet also lost 30,000 units. Only by launching an offensive regardless of the cost, can all 80,000 mountain chiefs be killed within 15 minutes, including the newly reincarnated griffins. We have a total of 140,000 blue griffins, 50,000 blue stinging hornets, and 60,000 players. Compared with the current Yuxia, we have the upper hand. Li Xing sat aside and responded, although we have the advantage is not obvious, not to mention that the flame archer is a long-distance output unit, and the damage is very high. Zhou Hang was playing with a magic book in his hand, and he could vaguely see the art jumping on the page. Now we can't do anything, there is no conquest order, and there is no coordinate of the Yuxia Guild. We can only continue to develop the guild's arms, raise the average level of this batch of newly reincarnated griffins. Finally, if you get a battle order, you can launch the final battle, Li Xing said with a smile. When Yuxia is defeated, Milan will become a 4th level guild, with the upper limit of members reaching 300,000, and we can completely merge into one organization. It is said that when the players in a town are unified, a hidden mission will be triggered. Chapter 65 Bloody Ghoul. Zhao Yuan glanced at his status bar. HP Aura. Increase the maximum HP by 40,000 points. Healing Aura. Restores 3,000 blood per second. Regenerating Aura. Restores 1,500 mana per second. Vampire Aura. Vampire attribute plus 4%. Outlaw. Restores 1% of the maximum HP per second. Yun Ning's skill level continued to improve after battles over and over again, and her own intelligence attributes, attack attributes, and even equipment added special effects. All can improve the final effect of the halo. These 4 halos are already extremely terrifying. I wonder what kind of halo skill Yun Ning will get after reaching level 20. The effect of the sanctioning windbreaker on Zhao Yuan's body was always on. Wearing a black flame windbreaker, he taunted with a drawn knife, turned into an afterimage, and crashed into the ghouls. After getting closer, Zhao Yuan could see more clearly. There were thousands of Lord-level ghouls, and he didn't know when a Lord-level ghoul would emerge. There is one Overlord-level creature in the 2nd stage, and at least 2 will appear in the 3rd stage. 7k Zhao Yuan suddenly lost his sight, and all the ghouls in front of him disappeared, but he could see obvious footprints and the sound of the ghouls moving. The next second, countless daggers appeared from behind Zhao Yuan, with a fierce wind, slamming Zhao Yuan's back violently. Kang! Kang! A large number of ghouls emerged from the invisible state, and the serrated dagger in his hand seemed to be stabbed on the steel, with obvious breaks. It turns out that a backstab skill is a short-range teleportation skill that appears behind the target and causes fatal damage. Zhao Yuan analyzed. The difficulty of this stage has increased significantly. Even a first-class player team encounters this terrifying combination of group stealth and group teleportation backstab. It will also be instantly killed, especially when the players in the front row can't hold their hatred. The crispy players in the team will encounter hundreds of invisible assassins backstabs. Yun Ning said in the tank. This level is indeed very difficult. This assassin-type monster is simply a nightmare for players. However, the blood volume of assassin-type monsters is very small. As long as the first wave of stealth plus backstab is resisted, one skill can kill them. That is to say, As long as we resist the damage of the ghouls, we can pass in a shorter time than the previous two stages. Zhao Yuan's level 36 Sanction Windbreaker has a range of 1,200 meters when it is actively turned on, and the jet black flames that slowly rise like a stream of water adhere to the ghoul. The health bar of the ghoul slumped wildly. Although these ghouls have powerful attacks, their own health and defense are too weak, and they can't stop the 7-second damage of the severely injured burning domain. Battle information: turn on the SSS level Sanction Windbreaker, and cause 8,559 points of severe burns and burn damage to enemy units within 1,200 meters per second, 256 blood-sucking points, 221 blood-sucking points, 199 blood-sucking points. Injured by backstab skills, HP is reduced by 3,621 points, triggering SSS anti-armor, causing 1.5 W real damage. Puff puff. Use the backstab to attack Zhao Yuan's ghoul, and be counter-injured by a real damage, and instantly kill it. These ghouls seem to be sent to death, turned on stealth, and then stabbed Zhao Yuan in the back, and then they were gone. But Zhao Yuan's health bar also dropped very quickly, and he was hit by hundreds of backstabs in an instant. The blood volume is directly reduced by 15%, but the next second is fully restored by a large amount of blood-sucking effect. The damage of the Sanction Windbreaker can suck blood, and the real damage of the counter-injury can also suck blood, and it is a 4% blood-sucking attribute, which locks Zhao Yuan's health at 99%. Zhao Yuan's experience value rises rapidly, and these 25-level ghouls of the Lord rank provide a lot of experience value and skill proficiency. After finishing this third stage, I will definitely be able to upgrade to level 18, although Zhong Wen's SS level Bone Demon Possession has a cooling interval. He is also summoned immediately without reservation. After all, only by using skills can the proficiency of the corresponding skills be obtained. Zhong Wen uses the S-level bone summon to wake up the bones of the Lord-level ghoul. Now the upper limit of Zhong Wen's bone summons is 3,000. Chapter 66: The final stage of the Abyss class. Puff. There was a wound on Zhao Yuan's neck, and a lot of blood spurted out, and the blood-robed ghoul also had a similar wound, and his blood volume dropped by 1/6 in an instant. Battle information: suffering from the skill tickling, the blood volume is reduced by 18%, triggering the SSS level anti-armor, causing 3.5 W real damage. 1,400 blood has been sucked. I have fallen into a state of chaos, and my behavior cannot be controlled. Su Yuxin's fixed fort fired wildly at the blood-clothed ghoul, and the tank's main gun spewed huge brass-colored shells, covering the blood-clothed ghoul with teammate damage immunity. Zhao Yuan 1T take a single damage even if covered by artillery fire. The 3-second chaotic state ended. Zhao Yuan returned to normal, and there were few ordinary ghouls nearby, so he turned off the active effect of the sanctioning windbreaker, relying on the madman's passive recovery of blood. Zhong Wen controlled the skeleton bone demon, stealth plus backstab, and came behind the blood-clothed ghoul, and used his own way to heal his body, and the attributes of the skeleton bone demon are much higher than those of the blood-clothed ghoul. 7. Zhao Yuan relied on the SSS level fanatic passive, plus the blood-returning halo and blood-sucking effect, and quickly recovered the lost blood. Zhao Yuan said, "This blood-robed ghoul can kill himself with only 6 swords. This type of assassin-type overlord creature can be called a god of death in front of ordinary players. With 1 sword and 1 head, it will kill me 18% health." It only took Zhao Yuan 5 minutes to kill this overlord-level blood-clothed ghoul. Under the counter-injury of real damage, the blood-clothed ghoul will take away 1/6 of its own health with every sword, and it has no way to escape. It is forced to be ridiculed and can only attack Zhao Yuan desperately until he dies. Boom. As the overlord-level ghoul's body fell, Zhao Yuan's body was covered with brilliant golden light, and he was raised to level 18. With 2 levels to go, a brand new cornerstone ability is available. Zhong Wen is still a little short of experience points, and can be upgraded to level 18. Now the other 3 are all level 17, and Zhao Yuan is level 18 alone. Battle information: kill the overlord-level blood-clothed ghoul, get 9 W experience points, and raise the player's personal level to level 18. Strength and constitution increase by 20 points, and agility and intelligence increase by 5 points. Kill the target and trigger the talent hundreds of millions of times of proficiency. The current multiplier is 19 times. Use skills. Kill the target, get a total of 12 W points of skill proficiency, 19 times. The SSS level anti-armor is increased by 3 levels. The SSS level sword drawing ridicule is increased by 3 levels, the SSS level fanatic is increased by 5 levels, and the SSS level sanctions windbreaker is increased by 5 levels, after the anti-armor skill is increased by 3. The magic and physical defense provided passively have increased by nearly 10,000 points. Now Zhao Yuan's physical defense is 18W, and his magic defense is 17W. At the same time, the SSS level fanatic has increased by 5 levels, and his HP has increased by nearly 2W points. The coverage of the sanctioned windbreaker has been increased to 700 meters, and the range of the taunting with a knife has also been increased, but the taunting time seems to be fixed at 30 seconds, which has not changed for many levels. Zhao Yuan's skills have basically taken shape. When facing the beast tide, he can turn on the sanctioning windbreaker, burn the beasts in a large area, and clear the monsters very quickly in the face of high-strength overlord creatures. Turning off the sanctioning windbreaker and relying on the anti-armor of real damage can also achieve the effect of quick kills. Therefore, no matter which situation he faced, Zhao Yuan seemed very calm. Dungeon information: the total time required to clear the 3 stages is 16 hours, the number of participants is 4, and the hidden condition has been successfully triggered. The captain can choose the hidden difficulty of the 4th stage: Nightmare, Hell, Abyss, Warren. The hidden difficulty is extremely high, and you can get extremely rich and precious rewards after clearing the level. Please choose carefully. Chapter 67 King Level Creature. A strange bird with the face of an old man stands on the edge of the active volcano. As its line of sight extends down, a magnificent silhouette can be seen sleeping at the bottom of the magma at this time. The main strategy of Milan Guild and Yuxia Guild is to develop the guild arms, and all the players of the guild join the arms troops. Enter the area around the guild building to explore, and the most important thing in the wilderness is the beast. As long as you find a monster tribe with a certain intelligence, you will launch an attack, destroy the entire monster tribe, scavenge all the materials, and use it to reincarnate into a military unit. But the wilderness is full of dangers, and it is very likely that the encounter is not a monster tribe of level 10 and 15, but more likely to be a beast force of level 20 and 25. At least the number of beasts is 20W, and the leader of the beasts is not low in intelligence. Therefore, the development speed of these two guilds is actually very slow, and they cannot make ends meet. In the process of occupying the beast forces, a large number of arms died in battle. Even if a player team joins, it is equally difficult, and the two guilds have already passed the protection period. Therefore, it is necessary to stay behind certain units of arms to protect the guild station. If you are not lucky, you will encounter a powerful beast force directly in the wilderness, and the entire army of arms, including the player, will die. The highest known area around Kingayan town is level 30, but some foggy areas that have not been explored are likely to be dangerous at level 35 and 40. Therefore, the two guilds, Milan and Yuxia, were busy all day, and after deducting the number of deaths, they added 200 plus units of troops. But on the other hand, Zhao Yuan's Devious Soldiers Guild has a strong light gold quality arms. After the average level is raised, it almost wipes out the surrounding monster forces like a destructive force, and it can increase at least 500 plus units of arms in a day with good luck. It is not impossible to increase the pterosaur cavalry of 1000 plus units in one day. The four of Zhao Yuan rode a mechanical tank and traveled for 30 minutes, and finally arrived at the main entrance of a quaint and magnificent hall. The main entrance is closed, and many religious symbols are engraved on the surface. Zhao Yuan said, "Opening this door is the final stage on Abyss difficulty. We will start the strategy according to the plan we agreed on the tank before." Creak creak, Zhao Yuan pushed open the heavy door with one arm. There was no source of light inside the hall, but it was extremely bright. A huge and strange figure was sleeping in the center. When Zhao Yuan opened the door, the other party opened his eyes. Bump. The door behind him closed on its own, and the copy information emerged, "Has entered the final stage of the abyss. Can't quit midway, warn. The king level creature has awakened and is extremely dangerous, king level. This must be a level above the overlord level," Yunning said solemnly. "What kind of terrifying aura is this? My body is obviously half digitized. Under the aura of this creature, I actually have the urge to kneel," Su Yuxin exclaimed. Yunning and Su Yuxin fled to the very edge of the hall immediately. Yunning's task was to apply a quadruple halo effect to others. While protecting herself, Su Yuxin gave up the idea of output directly. And it was enough to give Zhao Yuan's SSS level anti-armor. Zhao Yuan and Zhong Wen looked at this king-level creature ghost face quality, king class level, LV 25 strength, 5000 constitution, 5000. Chapter 68 The first use of tactics. Zhao Yuan's SSS level anti-armor was triggered, and a looming armor of thorns appeared on his body. The ghost-faced demon's fist seemed to be stabbed by thorns, and blood flowed continuously. Ghost-faced demon's blood volume was reduced by 1/7 again, and Zhao Yuan's blood volume was reduced by 16%. Zhao Yuan shook his head to keep himself awake, but the cooldown interval of ghost-faced demon skills was exaggeratedly short. He could release the blood fiend fist again. This time, the ghost-faced demon crazily blasted out its scarlet fist, attacking from an unusually tricky angle, attacking at parts other than Zhao Yuan's shield. Zhao Yuan's blood volume dropped wildly, and at the same time, the SSS level true damage anti-armor was also successfully triggered. The blood volume of the ghost-faced demon plummeted again, and Zhao Yuan saw the charm of thinking and wisdom in the pupils of the human beings under the mask of the enemy's skull. Zhao Yuan instantly understood that the ghost-faced demon already knew his team's tactics, relying on anti-armor damage for output. And the ghost-faced demon's choice is also very simple, that is, to kill Zhao Yuan one step ahead of himself before he is stabbed to death by the anti-armor. Judging from the blood volume of both sides, the choice of ghost-faced demon is undoubtedly correct. After the 30-second taunt was over, Zhao Yuan's blood volume was reduced to 45%, and he quickly activated the active effect of the white magic weapon. Then Zhong Wen stepped forward. He used an SS-level bone demon to possess his body. His skin was covered with eerie symbols, and he was covered by countless white bone fragments, becoming the heart of the skeleton bone demon. After killing the overlord-level blood-clothed female ghost, Zhong Wen naturally used the S-level bone summoning to wake up the blood-clothed female ghost's bones. Therefore, Zhong Wen also obtained the skills of the blood-clothed female ghost, and Zhong Wen chose 3 control skills: crack, howl, knockback. Zhong Wen used the ground cracking, howling, and repelling skills respectively to frantically delay the attack of the ghost-faced demon in order to delay Zhao Yuan's blood recovery. Even if Zhong Wen was caught by the ghost-faced demon and bombarded with fists, he could still survive. The bone demon's attribute is very high, and he can resist the blood evil fist skill at least 3 times. Zhao Yuan has 4 blood recovery effects on his body: the blood recovery potion he drank, the madman's passive effect, the blood recovery halo, and the active effect of the white magic weapon. Therefore, it didn't take 30 seconds for the blood volume to return to more than 95%. But now Zhong Wen, not to mention 30 seconds, can do it for 90 seconds. Every time the ghost-faced demon wants to pass Zhong Wen and attack Zhao Yuan, he will be hit by one of the 3 control skills of Earth Crack, Howl, and Knockback. Su Yuxin said in the group chat of his teammates, "It seems that my mechanical tank is not needed." After every time Zhong Wen kills the beast tide, he will replace his bone unit again. Every time he fights, his strength will increase. Unknowingly, Zhong Wen has become a strong man who can stand on his own, Yuning said cautiously. This ghost-faced demon is very intelligent. The worst result is to take advantage of the interval controlled by Zhao Yuan's taunt, and directly attack the 2 of us. Su Yuxin, it's okay. And my mechanical tank? I can already summon 2 of them, one for life-saving, and one for Zhao Yuan and the others as a safety cabin. Zhao Yuan took over Zhong Wen after recovering to full HP, and resisted the attack of the ghost-faced demon, under the effect of SSS level sword taunting. Even a king-level creature can only be teased, attacking Zhao Yuan recklessly. Every time he punches, his blood volume will decrease by 1/7, but he can't control himself. Destroying Mountain Fist, the ghost-faced demon jumped up suddenly, and smashed Zhao Yuan with all its strength. With the power of this punch, huge rock spikes pierced out from the ground 20 meters away, and the momentum was terrifying. But it was only a punch that knocked out 36% of Zhao Yuan's HP, which is totally acceptable. So far, the 3 skills of the king-level creature ghost-faced demon have been clearly displayed. The punch is a sprint attack with incidental damage. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 69 SSS level score and dungeon gift box. But the SSS level sword drawing taunt is really unsolvable, and the majestic king-level creature has only the last blood bar left. The horn mask on his face was completely shattered, revealing a cold human face. Battle information: the ghost-faced demon loses the second blood bar, its own evil spirit is raised to the highest stage, and the damage is strengthened. Attack by the skill-destroying mountain fist, the blood volume is reduced by 50%, triggering SSS level anti-armor, causing 6.5 W points of real damage, 2,600 blood points, 256 blood points, 226 blood points. The less HP the ghost-faced demon has, the heavier the evil spirit will be, and at the same time, the real damage of anti-armor will be higher. In this state, the ghost-faced monster would be killed by the real damage reflection without punching a few punches, but at the same time Zhao Yuan couldn't bear a few punches himself. Seeing that his blood volume had dropped to 9%, Zhao Yuan activated the 24-hour cooldown of the wilderness active effect. Instantly healed all injuries. At the same time, Zhao Yuan activates the dominance effect of the barbarian costume, and is immune to the crippling deceleration state of the enemy's blood fiend fist in the end, with Zhao Yuan, the bone demon, and the two mechanical tanks taking turns sharing the damage. The ghost-faced demon was counter-injured by his own attack and died. When his blood bar returned to 0, everyone finally breathed a sigh of relief. If he didn't die, the ending might be reversed. After all, Zhao Yuan's Fanatic's active effect cooldown is 24 hours. The ghost-faced devil's body crashed down, and Zhong Wen immediately released the S-level bone call to wake up the ghost-faced devil's bones. My god! The skeleton of a king-level creature, Zhong Wen jumped up excitedly. Although there are only 50% of the attributes, but with the addition of other 3,000 units of bone creatures, rounding up, it is equivalent to having a full version of the king-level summoner. What's more, I am possessed by a bone demon, and I confuse with a king-level creature. Boom. The four of them were splashed with a bright golden light at the same time. In the difficulty of the abyss, after the death of a king-level creature, the experience points given are naturally extremely rich. Battle information: kill a king-level creature, get 260,000 experience points, and increase the player level to level 19, 56%. Strength and physique attributes increase by 20 points, and agility and intelligence attributes increase by 5 points. Killing the target triggers the talent hundreds of millions of times proficiency, and the current acquisition multiplier is 20 times. Use skills to kill the target, and get a total of 16 W points of skill proficiency, 20 times. SSS level anti-armor increased by 3 levels, SSS level sword drawing taunt increased by 3 levels, SSS level madman increased by 4 levels, and SSS level sanction windbreaker increased by 5 levels. A piece of battle information emerged, and Zhao Yuan improved from level 18 to 56% of level 19 in one breath, and he was still short of 44% of experience points before reaching level 20, performing a second turn, and obtaining a brand new cornerstone ability. Finally, it's the exciting time to open the box. After playing such a long dungeon, King Ian Town is almost turned upside down, because of the dungeon gift box that can be obtained after clearing the level. Dungeon information: the dungeon has been cleared. It took 35 hours in total. The number of participants is 4. The difficulty of the dungeon is abyss level. The score is being settled. The player team has obtained an SSS level score under the abyss level difficulty, and the dungeon gift box is being distributed. Global announcement: the level 20 dungeon clearance record has been refreshed, and the current record is the hidden difficulty, abyss, SSS score. Global announcement: level 20 dungeon clearance record has been refreshed. Global announcement: the global announcement sounded 3 times in total, but the 4 of them didn't care at all, and each got a beautiful wooden box that seemed to be carved out of silver white wood. Zhao Yuan opened the SSS rated copy gift box, and a soft modeled halo overflowed from the box. The player has obtained level 20 blue equipment, 8-piece set, fixed oil bell, blue magic weapon, pet mystery key, light gold, campaign order 2, unit reincarnation symbol 2500, 5000 W copper coins, proficiency potion, medium, 10, 50 free attribute points. This is only Zhao Yuan's reward alone. The other 3 have opened their own items for the SSS level customs clearance gift boxes. Zhao Yuan saw that the task of defeating the dead in his taskbar was automatically ticked, and the reward he got was a pet secret realm key of light gold quality, which appeared together in the dungeon gift box. All 4 of them were filled with joy, their eyes were shining, and they each checked their rewards. The first is the 8-piece blue equipment set at level 20, and the player's equipment column has 9 pieces, because the weapon of this set of blue equipment is a 2-handed shield, occupying 2 grids of the weapon and the offhand weapon, so it's an 8-piece suit. But the uncomfortable thing is that Zhao Yuan is only level 19 now, and he won't be able to wear this set of level 20 equipment for a while, and there is the magic weapon of blue quality. Chapter 70 Explosive Soldiers. Although the 4 of them have greatly improved, it seems that Zhong Wen is the biggest beneficiary. A king level summon, 3 powerful fist skills, and Zhong Wen can also use bone demons to possess and fuse. Zhao Yuan looked at the 10 bottles of medium-sized proficiency potions in his backpack. After drinking all of them, he could gain 100,000 skill proficiency points. Zhao Yuan is about to level 20, and he plans to keep improving his new skills. For these SSS level skills above level 60, the proficiency of these 100,000 skills can be increased by 1 level at most, and the effect is not obvious. Zhao Yuan was the first to speak. "You all got the pet's secret key," Yuning replied. "It should be 1 manpower. This is the reward given by the mayor for the quest of breaking the dead, and it will be distributed in the dungeon gift box together. Mine is a purple quality secret key, Zhong Wen. I am also purple, Suyuxin. The same," Zhao Yuan went on to say. "Mine is a light gold quality secret key. This secret is entered by a single person, and we will be separated from each other. Yuning, you'd better open this secret realm key after you have enough combat power, otherwise the risk factor is very high. Suyuxin, it's too uncomfortable. I got a set of level 20 blue equipment, but I'm only level 18. There's still a distant level 2 before I can wear it." Zhong Wen smiled and said, "I'm content. A king level summoned item. The flame demon is the overlord level. I feel that I am already the top powerhouse in the same level. I'm going to abuse people in the arena." Speaking of the arena, Zhao Yuan remembered that there were still 1,000 units of reincarnation symbols in the first order competitive mall that he had not bought. After reaching level 20, he could no longer enter the first order arena, then the 4 chose to withdraw from the dungeon, and immediately entered the night. The other 3 chose to go to dinner, fill their stomachs, and then enter the competitive mall to fight for many hours in one breath. Zhao Yuan must have returned to the guild station first and used up the 2,500 units of the unit's reincarnation charm. The global announcement just now caused a lot of shock in various countries and regions. Most of the players were a little stunned. What is the hidden difficulty? Isn't the dungeon difficulty constant? How did this team that broke the global record trigger the hidden difficulty, the abyss level SSS score? Although I don't know the specific details, but the gold content is too high, right? Hey, we made a dungeon, and we couldn't even reach the final stage, so we were killed by monsters in the middle, and we had to choose to quit, or we would lose our lives. Why are these geniuses so perverted? Another melon-eating player smiled and said, "It must be a lucky new player who has obtained S-level or even SS-level skills. Otherwise, how could it be possible to set a global record? If I had S-level skills, I could do the same thing," another player retorted. "Stop imagining. The hidden subsystem under this Doomsday Game can only ensure that the lower limit of the next skill will not be too low, and cannot directly determine the final level of the skill. Even if you are a SSS level capable person and the hidden score reaches its peak, the hidden subsystem can only guarantee that the lower limit of the next skill is S level. As for the upper limit, that thing really depends on fate." The surrounding melon-eating players suddenly realized, so it is. I always thought that the hidden score determines the final level of the next skill. It turned out that it can only ensure that the lower limit is not bad, and the upper limit depends on fate. This global announcement doesn't even have a national area label. I don't know which country is a genius player. Zhao Yuan teleported to the guild station, because it was about to enter the night, so most of the pterosaur cavalry were crawling in the open space in the guild. As the level of the pterosaur cavalry continues to increase, the size of the pterosaur will also increase, and the rock-like gray-white scales become more primitive and hard. There is some dragon blood in the blood, so the erected pupils are full of wild aura. The commander of the barracks was nearby, and immediately went forward to report, "Master President, the development of the guild is going well, and before the end of the protection period, it will definitely be able to form a scale sufficient to protect itself. This is a map of the surrounding terrain that I personally drew. I took a pterosaur to explore the surrounding area and mark some beast forces." Chapter 71 Zhong Wen vs Zhao Yuan. In fact, in a normal guild, steward NPCs are much more busy than generals. Every day tens of thousands of guild members come to receive guild tasks, open guild stores, contribute funds and supplies to the guild, These things need to be handled by the steward, and even the guild tasks are handled by an NPC, and the guild store, guild contribution, and guild warehouse are each in charge of an NPC. But the Guild of Deceitful Soldiers is quite special, with only 4 people, so the steward is free, but the cavalry on the back of the terracer has its own wisdom and can communicate with the steward. Zhao Yuan said, "Don't worry, our guild will increase the number of people soon, it should be." After dealing with the guild's affairs, Zhao Yuan teleported back to Qinghai town. After he bought some food in the system wall to fill his stomach, he went to the arena. Zhao Yuan also thought it over clearly. In such a small Qinghai town, it is impossible for a new S-level skill to appear. I was able to meet Su Yuxin because of Zhao Yuan's good luck. If there are S-level ability users in Qinghai town, they will definitely appear when the Balrog invades, and they will be able to enter the top 10 in the battlefield scoreboard. Therefore, there is only one way to find new S-level ability users to become teammates, the arena. Zhao Yuan wanted to be the strongest in the Tier 1 arena in Qinghai town, and then he would be able to open a wider range of matches and encounter geniuses from other towns. Of course, all S-level skill users have their own pride. Even if they encounter one, whether they can successfully recover or invite them successfully on Zhao Yuan's own means. Before starting the match, Zhao Yuan spent a small amount of copper coins to inherit the level of the white magic weapon to the thick oil bell. However, the copper coins consumed to upgrade the white magic weapon are much less than the blue magic weapon, so after the inheritance is successful, the level of the thick earth bell must be far lower than level 17. The magic weapon has been successfully inherited, and the thick oil bell has been upgraded to LV7. Zhao Yuan still has more than 54 million copper coins, all of which were thrown on the blue magic weapon. Anyway, the copper coins consumed on the magic weapon can be inherited to the new magic weapon, and there will never be a loss. Spending 190,000 copper coins, the thick earth bell was upgraded to LV8, spending 24,000 copper coins, and the thick earth bell was upgraded to LV9, spending 33,000 copper coins, spending 46,000 copper coins. A total of 5,200 W of copper coins was spent, and the blue magic weapon thick earth bell was upgraded to LV37 thick oil bell quality, blue level, LV37, upgradable, attributes, blood volume plus 5 W, physical defense plus 1 W, magic defense plus 1 W, resistance plus 2000 effect. After active activation, an 8% damage reduction effect will be obtained within 3 minutes, and the cooling time is 10 minutes. After reaching LV37, it takes more than 300 W copper coins to continue to upgrade to 1 level. Wearing the LV37 thick earth bell, Zhao Yuan's blood volume increased by 5 W, and his physical and magic defense increased by 1 W each, and the damage reduction effect of the active special effect has reached 8%. The magic weapon is a very rare item. Among the 4 members of the team, only Yuning got one. The attribute bonus after the magic weapon is upgraded is very exaggerated. Zhao Yuan's blood volume was already heading towards 400,000. He entered the arena and chose to start the match on the first stage. Zhao Yuan faced an opponent wearing a mage's robe. After the 3-second countdown ended, several arrows formed by the interweaving of thunder and lightning shot toward Zhao Yuan. Zhao Yuan was hit by the lightning arrow, and the opponent's mage's blood bar disappeared instantly. The opponents were all dumbfounded. "Where's my health bar?" The opponent opened the battle information to check, and saw 9,632 points of real damage and counter injury, and his own blood volume was only more than 8,000 points. Zhao Yuan's SSS level anti-armor is based on the opponent's attack attributes, which include physical attacks and magic attacks. If a mage player confronts Zhao Yuan, he will be extremely passive, and his blood volume will be low. If he performs real damage reflection according to the magic attack, it will almost kill him instantly. Arena information: win the duel, get 4,563 experience points, 1,225 skill proficiency points, 20 times, 55 competitive coins, plus 1 winning streak. Zhao Yuan continued to match, and the winning streak continued to increase. Half an hour later, Zhao Yuan's winning streak increased to 115 games. Chapter 72: The beginning of the power struggle. Arena information: victory in the duel, 6,658 experience points, 1,561 skill proficiency points, 20 times, 100 competitive coins, and the current 285 game winning streak. The player has reached the top as the strongest in the first order arena in Qinghai town. and has opened a wider range of matching, which can match opponents in other towns. Zhao Yuan is now level 19, and all the matched enemies are lower than level 20. At this stage, he is almost invincible, whether it is Qinghai town or other Xia Kingdom towns. Zhao Yuan continued the match. This time his opponent was a very strong level 19 player. His skills should be a mix of A-level and B-level skills. It was considered very strong, but it was still not enough. Zhao Yuan was looking for an S-level player. But this is good news. As long as Zhao Yuan continues to match and maintain his winning streak, he can encounter stronger players in the first order. Zhao Yuan has been competing until 12 o'clock in the evening, and the winning streak has reached 392 games. Arena information: players win streak games +1, achieve 392 consecutive victories, and get a total of 6,321 competitive coins, except for a small amount of experience points and skill proficiency. Zhao Yuan's biggest gain is naturally 6,321 competitive coins in addition to the previous remainder. Zhao Yuan now has a total of 6,856 competitive coins. He opened the competitive mall, and the unit reincarnation charm is 10 competitive coins. The purchase limit is 1,000 yuan. Zhao Yuan spent 6,850 competitive coins to buy 685 units of the reincarnation charm. With a purchase limit of 315 remaining, Zhao Yuan entered the guild station, and after using these arms reincarnation charms, the total number of arms reached 7,097 units, and then returned to the inn to rest. Early in the morning, Zhao Yuan woke up, came to the first floor of the inn, and bought some light breakfast. Yun Ning was also beside him. Zhao Yuan said, "My plan today is to join the pterosaur cavalry team and destroy the nearby beast forces. Your halo blessing on the pterosaur cavalry will definitely have a huge effect." Yun Ning nodded and said, "It can kill beasts to increase the level, and it can speed up the development of the guild. This is naturally the best choice. Now we still have a 3-day guild protection period, and there are still 2 major forces left in Qinghai town. One is Yorkshire, and the other is the joint organization of Milan and Lin Fen." While eating breakfast, Zhao Yuan analyzed, "Let the 2 of them fight first, and we will participate in the competition after the situation is clear." Zhong Wen and Su Yuxin also left the hotel room one after another, and the 4 of them enjoyed a light and delicious breakfast together. Zhong Wen recalled, "I played against Zhao Yuan yesterday and the winning streak was interrupted, but then I resumed my winning streak and started a wider match before leaving. I've been able to play against Xia Kingdom players in other towns." Su Yuxin said, "My short-term goal is to save competitive coins and buy a wing item. Although low-level wings will only increase attributes, even gliding can't be done, but it is definitely worth the money." At the same time, Zhou Hang and Li Sheng found Zhang Qi, the former Huahu captain. After the guild war between Huahu Guild and Yuxia ended, Huahu was forcibly disbanded, but the prestige of the president Zhang Qi was still there, and he was able to summon nearly 30,000 players. Give him a little time, and there is a chance to make a comeback. Of course, even if Huahu re-establishes a guild, Wang Hansheng of Yuxia will definitely provoke a guild war after the end of the 7-day protection period, stifling the possibility of Huahu's development. And Milan's Zhou Hang found Zhang Qi. "Brother Zhang, my current enemy is Wang Hansheng of Yuxia. Our goals are the same, but I don't know if you want revenge." Zhang Qi responded, "Okay. I will join you. This is my only possibility for revenge." Although Zhou Hang expected Zhang Qi to agree, he didn't expect it to go so smoothly. In one sentence, there was an increase of nearly 30,000 combat power. Chapter 73: Destroying the Kobold Tribe. Zhao Yuan opened the map drawn by the battalion commander, pointed at a level 20 beast force and said, "Let's start with this. This PowerPoint is the closest to us. Zhong Wen, you are the president. You have the final say." Zhao Yuan, battalion commander. "Gather the pterodactyl cavalry team. We will set off immediately." Holding an iron spear in one hand and a square shield in the other, the battalion commander immediately assembled all the pterosaur cavalry. The cavalry rode on the back of the pterosaurs one after another, and they carried a large number of bows and arrows, as well as short-handled spears. The 7,000-plus units of arms have begun to take shape, and Zhao Yuan let 4 cavalry come down from the back of the pterosaur, replaced by 4 members. Zhao Yuan sat on the saddle of the pterodactyl and commanded. The whole army set off. The pterosaurs spread their membrane-covered wings one after another, rose into the air, and flew in the designated direction. Zhao Yuan looked down at his guild's residence, which was covered by a hazy halo. This was the system's protection for the new guild. No matter how powerful the creatures were, they couldn't damage the barrier in the slightest. The pterodactyl team schemed through the thick clouds, and Zhao Yuan couldn't keep his eyes open from the cold wind blowing on his face. But it will be fine after getting used to it, Zhong Wen said excitedly. This is too exciting. We can also be regarded as a dragon knight? The flight of this pterosaur is smoother than I imagined, but when I look down, I can't help but imagine the scene of falling. Su Yuxin also said in the group chat of his teammates, I will definitely be able to make a machine similar to an aircraft in the future, which will be much smoother and more comfortable than this. Yu Ning's body is filled with 4 different halos, with her as the center, spreading out to a range of more than 5,000 meters. The pterosaur cavalry with 7,000 plus units are all shrouded in a 4-layer halo. Whether it is blood volume, blood recovery, magic recovery, or blood-sucking attributes, the combat power of the pterosaur cavalry can be greatly enhanced. Zhao Yuan is riding a pterosaur of level 11, which is the highest level. Zhao Yuan checks the attributes of the pterosaur. Wyvern cavalry quality, light gold level, LV11, can be upgraded by killing enemies. Health value: 6 mana, 6,000 power, 1,500 constitution, 1,500 agility, 1,500 intelligence, 1,000 skills, dragon blood, dragon flame, projection. Among them, the dragon blood skill is a passive ability, which can increase the overall attributes of the pterosaur, but the increase rate is relatively moderate. The dragon flame skill is a long-range magic attack, which needs to consume the magic value of the pterosaur itself. And after possessing Yu Ning's magic recovery halo, the pterosaur can frequently use the dragon flame skill. The final projection skill is that the cavalry on the back of the pterosaur can project arrows and short-handled spears, which is also a long-range attack method. Zhao Yuan stretched out his right hand, and was able to even touch the dense clouds, watching the clouds being scattered by him and passing through his fingers. After flying for nearly 50 minutes, the battalion commander ordered the legion to descend the flight altitude. Zhao Yuan saw a black spot gradually enlarged, which was the Cobalt tribe of level 20. The information marked on the map is that the average level is 20. The number is not less than 190,000, and there are overlord-level creatures. The battalion commander said to Zhao Yuan, President, do you have any tactics? Chapter 74. However, it is also a level 20 beast force. It will only die in battle and will not surrender. It uses long-range attacks and shoots towards the pterosaurs in the air. Su Yuxin drove a mechanical tank on a rampage, crushing some totems with buffs into pieces. The main guns and fixed turrets continuously vented their firepower. Zhao Yuan rushed to the Cobalt leader quality, overlord level, LV25 health, 19 magic value, 1 war strength, 2,600 constitution, 2,000 agility, 2,600 intelligence, 1,200 skills, bloodline resurrection, heavy attack. Whether the Cobalt leader has a strong stature, a human body, a dog-like head, dark blue skin, and is proficient in the language of his own race. Before Zhao Yuan could make a move, the pterosaur army in mid-air descended, and the barracks commander activated the group cheer. The 7,000 plus units of pterosaurs opened their huge fangs, and the fiery breath of fire permeated them. Dragon flame, boom. The 7,000 pterosaurs used the dragon flame skill at the same time, opening their mouths to spew out fiery orange flames. The pterosaurs spread their wings and glide while breathing dragon flames, plowing out one after another of charred ruins in the Cobalt tribe. The blood bar of the Cobalt leader fell crazily under the superposition of a large number of dragon flames, and a large number of short-handled spears flew out, running through the body of the Cobalt leader. It only took 3 seconds. The overlord-level creature completely died and became a coke with black smoke. 7. This is a light gold quality unit, and the strength is a mess. Next is the carnival of the pterosaurs. The dragon flames extend endlessly in this area, destroying all life. 40 minutes later, this beast force has been completely destroyed, and there are Cobalt corpses and burnt building ruins everywhere. None of the pterosaurs died, but at most serious injuries. Under the halo of blood recovery, they would soon be able to heal themselves, and the passive skill of dragon blood could also speed up the recovery of injuries. Battle information: level 20 Cobalt tribe has been destroyed. The average level of the pterosaur cavalry unit is plus 0.4, the guild supplies plus 30W, and the guild funds plus 20W. Kill the target, get 7W experience points, and get 8W skill proficiency, 20 times. The SSS level anti-armor is increased by 1 level. The taunting of the sword is increased by 1 level. The Madman is increased by 1 level, and the Sanctioned Trenchcoat is increased by 1 level. Due to the large number of troops, the experience gained by each unit is very small, but the most important thing is the guild materials. 30W is enough to reincarnate 750 units of Pterosaur cavalry. Zhao Yuan couldn't be upgraded to level 20, but it is still early today, and he should be able to upgrade to level 20 within today. The Pterosaur cavalry crawled on the ground to recover their strength. Zhao Yuan said, "I still underestimated the power of the light gold quality arms. The cooldown of the Dragon Flame skill is too short. With the last magic halo, the Dragon Flame skill can be used frequently. The maintenance time of Zhong Wen Bone Demon's possession has ended for 10 minutes, and now it has returned to human form. The experience is too little. This is all killed, and it only increases the experience value by 15%. Chapter 75 SSS Level Copperhead and Ironback. As the night approached, Zhao Yuan led the Pterosaur army back to the guild station. With the participation of the team of 4, a total of 4 level 20 beast forces were destroyed today. A lot of time is wasted on the road. Battle settlement, a total of 120W of guild supplies, 50W of guild funds, 9W of food units, the average level of the Pterosaur cavalry plus 1.2, and the battle loss is 0. Battle information, the player has been upgraded to LV20, and can go to the town for the second round. Strength, physical attributes plus 20 points, agility, physical attributes plus 5 points. 3 cornerstone ability options appeared in front of Zhao Yuan. Option 1, the Oath. Option 2, Ironing. Option 3, Jinja/Oath is a skill that helps teammates share damage, while Ironization is a purely defensive ability. Jinja/ is an area of killing skills. There is no doubt that Zhao Yuan chose Ironing, because among all his skills, the ability to purely increase the defense value is lacking. The focus of SSS level anti-armor is on the reflection of real damage. Even after reaching level 70, the total increase in physical defense is only 19W points. Therefore, Zhao Yuan's defense is particularly vulnerable when facing high-strength beasts. The player has chosen the S-level steel skill, affected by the talent Eternal Blessing. All skills will be constant at SSS level. S-grade steel is promoted to SSS grade Copperhead and Ironback. Copperhead and Ironback LV1. SSS level, passively increase physical defense by 1.5W points and magic defense by 1.5W points. Active effect, players will get a 0.5 second indestructible golden body effect. Under this effect, the defense value is doubled. If the weapon attacks the indestructible golden body, the durability will be severely deducted. 1 minute cooling time with the SSS level Copperhead and Ironback skill. Zhao Yuan was completely formed. Even if Zhong Wen stepped into level 20, it was impossible to compete with Zhao Yuan. Zhao Yuan rode on the Pterosaur and thought silently. Level 1 adds 1.5W of physical and magic defense, and the level is improved very much, and it is easy to break through to the attribute of 100W defense value. The 0.5 second undamaged golden body is also easy to understand. When facing the enemy's profound move, seize the opportunity and activate the active effect, and the defense value will be doubled. And if the enemy's weapon touches the indestructible golden body, it will be shattered by the extremely hard golden body. Unless it is a very advanced weapon, the durability will be 0 if you touch each other. This skill is also easy to understand. If you use a white weapon and a golden blade to collide with each other, that white weapon will definitely be broken instantly. Zhao Yuan in 0.5 seconds is like the golden weapon, although it is only 0.5 seconds. This time will definitely be extended after the level is raised, and the cooldown is only 1 minute, which can be used frequently in battle if you fight against a melee-type king-level creature again. Maybe halfway through the fight, the boss's weapon will be broken, and the outcome of victory is doomed. Zhao Yuan took out 10 bottles of medium proficiency potions in his backpack and drank them all in one go. Have obtained 100,000 skill proficiency points, 20 times, with a multiplier of hundreds of millions of proficiency. Zhao Yuan directly obtained 2 million freely assignable proficiency points. Zhao Yuan smashed all 200W proficiency on the SSS level Copper-headed Ironback. 200W proficiency has been consumed, and the SSS level Copperhead and Ironback has been raised to LV37. Copperhead Ironback LV37, SSS level, passively increase 55.5W physical defense and magic defense. Active effect, after turning it on, you will gain an indestructible golden body effect for 0.9 seconds, with a cooldown of 1 minute. This is really invincible, With 55.5 W of dual defense attributes, even a level 30 king level creature can't break defense. In addition, the 0.9 second indestructible golden body effect has a large operating space. When facing the enemy's attack skills, the active effect is directly activated, and the defense value is doubled, so the enemy's skill damage cannot be broken. At this time, Zhao Yuan's property panel is end of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.